Hello, I'm Tim Blount with White Lake Lifestyles, where we talk about the history, the tradition, and upcoming events here at the lake. A lot of friends know me as Timbo, and I got a dear friend here today with me, Edwin Herring. And he's going to share with us, Edwin, his family's history as business owners and him growing up at the lake and being involved with a youth group called the White Lake Ski Hills. And after his retirement, he made White Lake his permanent residence. So just an honor to have my good friend and a community person here, Edwin Herring. So Edwin, share us about your family's cottages and tell the folks at vacation with you how you and your brother are doing and bring us up to the current date of 2025 right here before Christmas.
Well, thanks, Timbo. Back in 1956, my parents bought a business at White Lake. I was 2.5, moved down here, ran that business all summer, and for until 1985. We met gobs of people that came back every year with their family and friends. They had kids. I felt like they were my friends, but I only saw them once a year. But we kept that till around 1985, and we sold it at that time. And my brother stayed down there and helped, and we all pitched in and helped, did the work and everything. And he kind of moved on, went to college, and then eventually I went on to college, and we sold it in
Well,
1985.
it was Craig's Cottages.
Yeah.
And Edwin and Craig are doing very well. What years did your parents pass, Edwin? I'm sure these people
Yeah.
vacation want to know a little history
My
about.
dad was 82. I think it was in 1991 that he passed, and my mom lived to be 101, and she passed about 3 years ago in September.
So Edwin had a lot of family members here at the lake, a staple of our community. Now let's fast forward and kind of give the history of the White Lake Ski Hills, how it evolved, and the youth that started that program, and your involvement and leadership as a teenager growing up here at White Lake.
Well, as we got older, we started skiing, and we were skiing with this little older group, and there was about 10 of them that one day said they wanted to form a ski hill club, and I think it was over at somebody's cottage. They formed the White Lake Ski Hills in 1971. I always admired these people because they like to have a good time and ski, but they did good things for White Lake, and they became incorporated in 72. They became a nonprofit. The Lake Waccamaw Boys Home was their whatever you call it, their beneficiary, and we would have the White Lake people, Lake Waccamaw Boys Home people over and put them skiing and feed them every year. And we did ski shows mainly with this group. And then as our younger group, Timbo and myself came along, we started doing tournaments. And we moved on. Those guys would move on, and then the next group would take over, which Timbo and I did. I was president for 3 or so many years. We won the state championships 76, 77, 78, 79, and I think 80. And then we kind of moved out, and another group came through, and they just kept continuing the ski hills and kept winning.
Well, we've had a lot of great memories, and through the state and down in South Carolina, we brought home a lot of brass.
Mm-hmm.
So, in closing, Edwin, we want to share, give us a little synopsis. We got a CD and a book, and the book was written by Kathy Kinlaw. Can you tell us a little bit about her book?
Kathy Faircloth Kinlaw wrote this book, and it goes back into the 1700s, when the original people started coming to White Lake with the first house at White Lake, and as it built on through up until now. And it has developed. There was nothing around here, and they started having big bands back in the 30s and 40s, and it evolved to where it is now. A home for a lot of people that have grown up here and come back to make their home here.
Well, the book can be purchased on Amazon, and also in addition to that, I think Kathy's son did the CD of White Lake.
Right.
And I kind of touch on it. Is this pretty much?
Well, there was a documentary on television. You probably could look it up and watch it. I think it was on PBS, and it had a lot of videos of a lot of the shows we did. We did shows at the state fair. We did them at the Azalea Festival. We did them here on the lake. We did them at the White Lake Water Festival. every year. We would come back, and that would be about the first time we would ski. Was we would do ski shows in May for the White Lake Water Festival.
Well, thank you for sharing your history of your family here at the lake, and we got a lot of material to cover with Edwin, so I'm sure we'll see him later in the season. Edwin has a very unique pier, and we want to capture a little what he's done here. There's so many unique piers on White Lake, but Edwin's is probably the top rate. Any last words, Edwin?
I think not. I just appreciate you having me here and being able to tell our history a little bit about White Lake, because it is a very different place than any place in the world.
Yeah, amen to that. Well, in closing, I ask we all pray for our community, pray for each other, and pray for our country, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
That way it goes.
Hit follow them?
Yeah.
Okay, I did that.
He knows all that stuff. Well, people know we're right here at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I got enough material that just won't carry this.